All right, strap in everybody because today we're going deep on something I think a lot of you will find really interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Golf club fitting.
Nice.
We're going to break down an expert's analysis of a driver fitting, and trust me, this is way more than just picking a club that looks cool.
Yeah, it really is.
It's like tailoring a suit, but for your golf swing.
It's fascinating to see how they combine like science and engineering to create a club that works perfectly with the player's swing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We've got this expert's notes right here, and I'm already hooked.
Really?
So this golfer, he's struggling with a nasty slice.
Slice.
Yeah, you know those shots that just curve way off to the right?
Yep.
It's frustrating, especially because he's a strong player,
Okay.
but he's a busy tradesman, only golfs like once a week, you know?
Oh, wow.
He wants to improve, obviously, but without overhauling his entire swing.
Yeah. So time is a major factor here. He doesn't have hours to spend on the range, which makes finding the right equipment even more important.
It's like he needs a club that can compensate for that slice
Yeah.
without requiring him to completely rebuild his swing from scratch. It
Right.
almost sounds impossible.
Well, that's where this fitting magic comes in, right?
Yeah.
The fitter acts like a detective, analyzing the golfer's swing to pinpoint the root cause of that slice. They look at everything. Swing speed impact point on the club face, the specs of his current driver like shaft flex, club head loft. They even measure the spin rate of the ball, which can tell you a lot about the efficiency of the swing.
I'm guessing this golfer's spin rate was through the roof.
Oh, it was a whopping 4,000 RPM.
Oh.
That's a clear sign that his out-to-in swing path, combined with how he was hitting the ball in the club face, was generating way too much spin, causing that high slicing ball flight.
Okay, so how do you even begin to fix that?
Well, it's all about finding the right adjustments, almost like solving a puzzle.
Hmm.
In this case, they started with the shaft, which is often considered the engine of the club.
Right.
He was using a regular flex shaft, but to tame that spin, they switched him to a stiffer 60X shaft.
Whoa, 60X. I'm no expert, but even I know that sounds serious.
Yeah.
Did they just go for the stiffest option to try and, like, overpower the spin?
Not exactly. They actually chose a 60X with some torque built in.
Okay.
Now, torque might sound complicated, but think of it as the shaft's ability to twist slightly during the swing.
Okay.
Adding a little torque to a stiff shaft like this helps prevent it from feeling too boardy or harsh, giving the golfer a bit more feel and control.
That makes sense. So it's not just about going stiffer, it's about finding the right kind of stiff.
Exactly.
What about the club head itself? Any special considerations there?
Absolutely. They decided to go with a Cobra club head, which is known for being very forgiving, especially on off-center hits.
Right.
Imagine the club face has a sweet spot where you get optimal results.
Okay.
A forgiving club head makes that sweet spot bigger, so even if you don't hit the ball dead center, you still get decent distance and accuracy.
Okay. I'm starting to see why that's important for our busy golfer here.
Exactly. He doesn't have the luxury of practicing every day to groove that perfect swing. So having a club that can handle a few mishits is crucial. And there's something else about this club head choice that's pretty clever. They specifically chose it because it's known for being forgiving on heel strikes.
Heel strikes. You mean when you hit the ball towards the heel of the club?
Precisely. And remember how we talked about the fitter acting like a detective?
Yes.
Well, they discovered that this golfer tended to hit the ball more towards the heel of the club.
Interesting.
So choosing a clubhead that's particularly forgiving in that area was a strategic move to maximize his performance.
So they're not just choosing a club head based on general characteristics, they're really drilling down into the golfer's specific tendencies.
That's the beauty of a custom fitting. It's all about personalization.
It's like they're creating a fingerprint of his swing and then building a club that matches it perfectly.
That's a great way to put it. And they didn't stop there. They made a few other key adjustments to dial in the fit even further. They decided to shorten the driver to 45 inches.
Hold on, shorter. Isn't a longer club supposed to give you more distance? That's always been my assumption.
It's a common misconception. In this case, with this golfer's quick swing speed and strong grip, a slightly shorter club actually gave him more control. It helped him square up the club face at impact more consistently, which in turn reduces that slice.
So it's about finding that sweet spot between raw power and accuracy.
Exactly. And to further enhance his control, they also tweaked the swing weight,
Swing weight.
which might sound like a made-up word,
It does.
but it's a key factor in club performance. Think of swing weight as how heavy the club feels in your hands during the swing.
Okay, I think I'm getting that. Like the difference between swinging a baseball bat and a twig. Right.
That's a perfect analogy.
Yeah.
So by increasing the swing weight, they made the club feel a bit heavier, which might seem counterintuitive. But for this golfer, it helps slow down his swing just a touch, improving his timing and control.
It's like a chain reaction. They adjust one thing and it influences other parts of the swing.
You're catching on quickly, and it highlights why having a skilled fitter is so important. They need to understand those ripple effects and how each adjustment interacts with the others.
This is making me rethink my entire approach to golf equipment. We've covered the shaft, the club head, the length, the swing weight. What about the grip? Does that even factor into the equation?
Absolutely.
Hmm.
You might think the grip is just about comfort, but it plays a vital role in control. Remember, this golfer has a powerful grip and fast hands, so they chose a thicker grip for him.
I would have never thought of that. How does a thicker grip help?
It helps prevent the club from twisting in his hands during the swing. With his grip strength, a standard grip might have allowed the club to rotate slightly, leading to inconsistencies.
Fascinating. So they fine-tuned every single element of this driver, from the shaft all the way down to the grip.
That's the beauty of a custom fitting. They leave no stone unturned.
All right, so after all that fine-tuning, what were the results? Was it worth all the effort?
Oh, the improvement was remarkable. Remember that 4,000 RPM spin rate? It dropped to 2,900, a significant reduction. His driver distance went from an average of 224 meters to 245 meters. And best of all, his slice was virtually eliminated.
No way. That's incredible. They basically fixed his slice and boosted his distance without making him change his swing.
They gave him the tools to work with his natural swing, not against it. It shows how impactful a properly fitted club can be.
This is a complete game changer. I used to think club fitting was just for pros, but this is making me rethink everything.
You and me both. It just goes to show that you don't have to settle for off-the-rack clubs. There's a whole world of personalized performance waiting to be unlocked.
So what's the big takeaway here for our listeners? Should everyone rush out and book a fitting?
I'd say it's definitely worth considering, regardless of your skill level. The key takeaway is that there's no one-size-fits-all approach to golf. Everyone's swing is unique, and having clubs that are tailored to your individual characteristics can make a world of difference.
It's like we've been saying all along. It's about finding the right tool for the job.
And that's the beauty of it. It's a journey of discovery, a collaboration between you, the fitter, and the equipment, all working together to optimize your game.
This whole deep dive has been a real eye-opener. I feel like I've gained a whole new level of understanding about golf and how the right equipment can unlock potential I didn't even know I had.
And you know what's really fascinating? It's not just about golf. These same principles apply to so many other aspects of our lives. Think about your work habits, your fitness routine, your creative process. What if we could take that same personalized approach to those areas?
Ooh, I like where you're going with this.
We often try to force ourselves into a mold, using tools and strategies that might not be the best fit for our unique strengths and weaknesses. Imagine the possibilities if we took the time to understand our own swing in those areas and then found the tools that work in harmony with it.
Yeah, it's like we've been playing the game on hard mode when we could be using cheat codes tailored to our own strengths.
That's such a brilliant analogy. And think about the frustration we often experience when things aren't working. You know those moments when we feel stuck or limited?
Oh, yeah.
What if some of that frustration stems from using the wrong tools or approaching the task in a way that just doesn't align with our natural abilities?
Okay, my mind is officially blown. We started with a golf club fitting, and now we're talking about optimizing our entire lives.
That's the power of these deep dives. We start with a specific example and then zoom out to see the bigger picture. It makes you wonder what other hidden gems of knowledge are out there waiting to be connected to different areas of our lives.
Before we get too carried away, though, I do want to circle back to one thing about this golf fitting.
Okay.
What surprised you the most about this particular case? Was there anything that really stood out as a key takeaway?
You know, it was that 60X shaft with the extra torque. It would have been easy to just stick him in the stiffest shaft and call it a day.
Yeah.
But the fact that they took the time to consider the subtleties of his swing and fine-tune that shaft selection, that really impressed me.
Right. It shows that even within a category like shaft flex, there's a whole spectrum of options.
Right.
And true optimization isn't about extremes. It's about finding that perfect point on the spectrum for you.
Exactly. It's a reminder that there are nuances to everything, and sometimes those subtle adjustments make all the difference.
So if our listener is thinking, all right, I'm sold, I need to get fitted, What advice would you give them? What should they look for in a good club fitter?
Finding the right fitter is crucial.
Yeah.
First and foremost, look for someone who is experienced and knowledgeable, someone who understands the science and the art of club fitting. But beyond that, look for someone who is a good listener, someone who takes the time to understand your swing, your goals, and your frustrations.
It's almost like finding a therapist for your golf game.
I love that. Because it's true. A good fitter won't just try to sell you the most expensive clubs. They'll be invested in helping you find the clubs that truly match your unique swing and help you achieve your goals on the course.
It's about finding a partner in the process, someone who will guide you through the complexities and help you make informed decisions.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to ask questions. A good fitter will welcome your curiosity and be able to explain the why behind their recommendations.
I'm so glad we took this deep dive. It's made me realize there's a whole world of possibilities out there when it comes to golf equipment.
And it's a world that's accessible to everyone, not just the pros. Anyone can benefit from a custom fitting and experience the joy of playing with clubs that are truly designed for them.
This has been an incredible journey, and we want to thank you, our listener, for joining us on this deep dive into the fascinating world of golf club fitting.
We hope this episode has sparked your curiosity and maybe even inspired you to take a closer look at your own game, both on and off the golf course.
Remember, it's not just about golf. It's about embracing the idea of optimization, understanding our own unique swings in different areas of our lives, and finding the tools and strategies that help us reach our full potential.
So until next time, keep exploring, keep experimenting, and keep optimizing. And who knows, maybe we'll see you on the course swinging those perfectly fitted clubs.